Continuum boards are actually used to track our students from kindergarten through to year 6. We have a look at how our students are progressing through achieving outcomes. We're able to identify pockets of areas where students may be not achieving targets like we would hope. We can then create very specific plans to address those. We can also identify students who might be performing well beyond, and in that capacity we can actually support those students in developing programs to continue to support those as well. So from a K-6 perspective, we can actually track every single individual student right across the school from kindergarten through to year 6 and for the remainder of their time here at Talara. The signs are very visual, so teachers tending to like being visual learners, we can walk in and we can actually physically see exactly where all of our students are. It's a good talking point for us during staff meetings and professional learning. We conduct a lot of professional learnings based around the boards and the continuum. It allows us to invite other schools in to have a look at how our process for monitoring student progress is working as well. From an executive point of view, us as an executive can very quickly come up and have a look at what the data is looking like, project that data into annual reports, school plans and milestones, and then look at how we're supporting our students and projecting further projects and plans. Okay, so every 5 weeks staff are required to enter data into a program called Plan Software. From that we generate an analysis sheet. From the analysis sheet we then interpret the information and place it onto the board. So we collate all of our kindergarten classes based on the information that the staff have generated through the program, and we then plot the children accordingly on here. Then it allows us to actually have a look at where we're working well, where we need to maybe focus on some areas of improvement, and other areas that we might not have recognised as being an issue that we might need to focus on. So basically we enter the data, we generate a plan. From the plan we then enter the data up onto here, and we can then communicate that to our whole staff. We've been able to identify gaps that we may not have noticed previously. We had a situation last year where we were going through and we were looking at a particular target area. We were having a look at reading. We then suddenly stumbled across an area within phonics and phonemic awareness, and we decided that this was a pocket that we hadn't identified previously. It was something that we felt we needed to address, so we were able to put in place very quickly a plan to support phonics and phonemic awareness where the pocket of deficit had occurred for those students, and then consequently it led to supporting how we planned for this year, ensuring that we addressed those things from the get-go so that we didn't have a similar situation occur as we were tracking and monitoring students throughout. They've promoted a lot of pedagogical conversation. It's allowed us to be able to have regular meetings focused around the boards and where the school's heading towards, helping us to sort out new targets. We've had a number of other schools come to visit, and they've been quite impressed by the boards and what the boards are actually being able to talk to. They've taken away many of these ideas and they're looking at how they're going to implement them back in their own school. I went to visit a fellow teacher at another school, and Julie had showed me the signs that they had purchased from High-Vis. Looked pretty impressive. We then got in contact with Simon and invited Simon to come up and give us a bit of an idea about how we could actually implement something similar, but on a larger scale for Talara. We have the 2 large magnetic ones that High-Vis did for us, and hopefully when the learning progressions, the new continuum boards come in, we'll look at updating those and having High-Vis support us with that as well. We actually have the physical literacy continuum in paper form here at the moment. We're also aware that the department are looking at introducing the new learning progressions continuum, so we're pretty excited to see how that looks and how we can actually embed that into what we already have currently working. So we'll be working with High-Vis to have a look at how we can either work with the current format that we have and embed the learning progressions information into this, or is it that we need to invest in purchasing another board, but we will be doing that.